Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
We need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country.
None of the employees here were responsible for printing that N-word on an oil change sticker. We're talking about one of those stickers that you see here on a windshield. We thank you for your business. A gesture turned foul with the use of the N-word printed on this service reminder sticker.
It makes you upset. It makes you angry.
Conrad Alston learned about the racially insensitive message after his girlfriend picked up his Volkswagen Passat from Leith Volkswagen of Raleigh over the weekend. It was due for an oil change.
Just to see something like that when you're spending money at a business place is kind of absurd for the day.
His girlfriend shared what happened on Facebook. At last check, her post has been shared more than 700 times.
I think somebody should have looked into this and seen it before it happened, seen it even before any customer got treated in this manner that day.
Stopped by Leith Volkswagen of Raleigh. After speaking off camera with the sales rep and the general manager, I was referred to a statement posted publicly on Facebook, which reads in part, Leith Volkswagen deeply regrets and apologizes for a racially insensitive message that was printed on a service reminder card for customers that picked up their vehicles on Saturday, February 25th. When this was brought to our attention, we immediately launched an investigation and determined that our label maker was inappropriately accessed after business hours on Friday evening, February 24th, by a non-employee and programmed with a highly inappropriate message.
Let's just go over this information one more time for the people in the back, because people always want to claim that racism doesn't exist in America and that we're far past this and that Black people make these things up. Black people are, putting these things directly out there in order to keep, the whole talk of racism afoot, right? So they stated that Volkswagen of Raleigh said that the slur was added to the sticker after business hours by a teenager who was present with a third-party cleaning service. As also reported, the teen was accompanying a parent who worked for the cleaning outfit. The teen was allegedly found to have adjusted the text on the sticker via the dealership's sticker printing machine. The incident took place on the evening of February 24th, but was not discovered until picked up their vehicles the following day. The dealer told the news outlet that the cleaning service was terminated following the incident. The manipulated stickers in questions read, "We thank you for your business," followed by the racial slur. Employees unfortunately did not notice the profanity before a number of stickers were affixed to customer vehicles following service appointments. The Volkswagen of Raleigh personally states that they made contact with all 11 customers impacted by the insensitive stickers within 48 hours. Quote, "We deeply regret this unfortunate situation that occurred, and we are taking the necessary steps to ensure that this does not happen again. Regardless of the action, not every customer is ready to accept the apology."
White women are the biggest hindrance to moving racial equality forward because we have more influence over the raising of our children than anybody else, and white supremacy grows in our homes. And we are the ones teaching our children if only they would behave this way, speak this way, or dress this way, maybe they would have equality. And I will not argue this with anyone.
So let me just remind people for a third time, this is not Black people making this up. This isn't Black people trying to keep racism alive or make everything about race. No, this is literally somebody's teenage son who was working for a company that was hired by the Volts, wagon outlet, whatever. And he decided that it would be all fun and good to go into whatever room that it was, figure out how to work the system, and just mess around with some stickers and have people put those directly on the car. This is what he decided to do, because these types of things are taught within the home. This is not just an isolated incident. This is not just something that he wanted to specifically do. No, he is taught this. He is taught to see people a certain type of way. This is within that ecosystem. This is within that community. This is by his parents. This is by his friends. This is by his relative. This is a culmination of a lot of people, of a lot of moving parts. And this is specifically showing you what that turns out to be. And I promise you, he's one of those kids that listens to rap. Promise you, he's one of those kids that wants to dress, quote unquote, urban, right? I promise you, he's one of those kids that has Black friends and all this other type of stuff, right? I promise you, he more than likely on social media follows Black content creators and or artists. But yet behind all of that thing of liking black people, loving certain things about black people. This is what it is at the end of the day. And I'm going to state this again for the people in the back that don't seem to understand. It doesn't matter if they are a Democrat or a Republican or whatever it is. This is exactly how it is. Some people are open with the racism. Some people are not. Some people are open with the racism. Some people are not. So again, whenever I happen to hear Caucasian individuals, true Americans, pagan Europeans, roll up to the scene and say that, oh, you can't categorize all white people as racist. Everybody in America isn't racist. What about all the white people that tried to stop slavery and all this other type of stuff? Well, you know, slavery would not have happened the way that it did if it wasn't for white people starting it here in the United States of America, you know, and the types of racism that takes place would not be a thing if, yet again, white people didn't decide to start any of those things. But yet here we are. And then we still have people saying,
Hear me clearly. America is not a racist country.
We need to address, well, first of all, no, I don't think America is a racist country.
Another one. Need the black community to realize that that black people are hurting Asians and they need to speak out in their own community. Another one.
We're all Americans. That's the first thing that unites us. Nothing else unites us than the American identity. And that's what we need to hold on to.
and you know, like I said, it's very interesting that no matter how much proof or how many things that you either talk about historically or things that happened in the past or things that are happening right at this moment in time or things that's going to happen in the future, you will still have people try to tell you that, hey, you're making this stuff up. Hey, it doesn't exist. Hey, stop talking about race. Hey, why does everything have to be about race? Hey, black people, instead of trying to be just black people, why not be Americans? Why try to identify yourself as a color versus just trying to be American? And for a lot of those people,
Congratulations, you played yourself.
because we're not at a point in time where all people are seen as Americans, right? We've seen this too many times where people have come in clear cut from other countries. They might not know a lick of English or anything like that, but they're trying their best. They're trying to assimilate. They're going out there, getting jobs. They're, you know, getting maybe 2, 3 or whatever jobs. They're taking English speaking classes. They're trying to do the things that are necessary in order to get their citizenship. They're paying their taxes. They're doing their, you know, everyday just dues or whatever it is, right? Just so that they can be considered a citizen. They're leaving their home behind. They're leaving their language behind. They're leaving their religion, a lot of other things behind just to be here. And you still have alabaster Americans, true Americans, coming up to these people talking about, where are you from? Where did you come from? Where did you originate? Are you American? Right? So again, if this is happening to people now, right, and these are people in a sense just getting here, or some people who have been here for a few generations, what do you think has been happening to Black Americans that have been here since and before slavery? What do you think that they've been saying directly to us? What do you think has been the main common theme? So again, to a lot of those people that want to feel as though racism, bigotry, and discrimination doesn't exist and that Black people are the only ones keeping it up, and the only reason that racism exists is due to the fact of Obama and the fact of whatever has to do with the government and Black people always bringing up the past, bringing up slavery and yada, yada, yada. Let me just remind y'all something. All the time y'all tell Black people to get over slavery and everything else. Let's try this. Get over World War I. Get over World War II. Get over Vietnam. Get over the Gulf. Get over 9/11. Let's try that. The moment in time that you all can get over a lot of the stuff that you made into holidays and everything else that you keep bringing right back up. It was just a video I saw recently on YouTube. And it was talking about 9/11. It was talking about the fifth plane. The moment in time that y'all can get over 9/11, then we can start trying to maybe maybe potentially theorize a day where black people aren't talking about slavery or things that happened in the 60s, or the culmination of things throughout history that are still effective still to this date, is just registered under a different name with a few words switched and changed here and there. Maybe, just maybe, we'll be able to do that if you guys can start doing that. But guess what? That's not going to happen. So here we are.